feel the reason a lot of particularly white people then have just been fighting amongst each other or getting on the bandwagon or just shouting about it?
Do you want it to be really real?
I was just gonna say, is it because they think it's a brand new thing that, or
no, I don't think it's that. If I'm being
I
fully
really
real, bro,
want you to.
I think it's white guilt, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I think what it is shit. I don't want to appear as this, so I need to fully project that it's not that. The problem with that is you're now making it about you.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? It's like you're now the narrative you're pushing is look how not racist I am.
Yeah.
Rather than let's address the racism.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's where it's like it's really. You have to kind of like be really careful with that. And that's why, like I say, Mike, at the beginning of this thing, I said, there is no doubt in my mind that you are certified.
Sincere.
Like, you know what I mean? You're a humble, honest dude. And I would never think that you wanted us to do this podcast so you could bait a race conversation.
Yeah.
This has happened because we're comfortable around you.
Yeah.
Because you're a stand-up dude.
And vice versa.
Like, so I don't really, I'll be honest, I don't want to spend the whole podcast like deep diving this stuff because I'll be honest, like we've been doing this for the last how much time. I do want to raise it up at some point.
Yeah,
good stuff
respect
to,
that.
You know what I mean? Like to talk about too. So like just so you know, it's like it's so tough to talk about because you don't want to put anyone off either. You don't want to say to you, oh, you can't speak about it because you're not black. That's not the point either. The point is just be aware that it's not about you right now. So when you are pushing the narrative, just do it from a sincere place that you care. And if you don't care, don't pretend to because it's not helping. That isn't helping. If you don't give a shit, don't pretend like you do, and definitely don't put down anyone who does give a shit. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, when you said like there's arguing, I've seen it. I have literally spent so much time looking at social media, not writing, not commenting, not speaking anything, because I just thought, let me just watch it.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting to see like in a month from now who's still talking about it, because that's who's gonna care.
Yeah.
Not the people that's seeing it trend today. Do you see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I think it's genuine fascinating, and some things that were going on around my life at the time was the silence is violence sort of slogan being thrown about, or you're part of the problem. And I was seeing it on a lot of very good people on their platforms. My friend's a copper. He's my best friend in the world. I've been all over the world with him. And I introduced him to a girl because I don't know. I did, but I was like, "Does he want this out?" And basically, she didn't know he was a copper until he addressed he was a copper, and it was just like they nearly wanted to stop talking.
Oh, because she was
like, "Oh, he's a copper," and it was this total like complete shift of and I know how lovely he is. So, and there was something there. Then I was seeing him like people saying like, "Oh, you're a cop," and X, Y, and Z. And it's again with what we're trying to teach with the black people go barrier, black barrier, and again we're doing it copper barrier, barrier, and what there is in life is good and bad in all walks of life, in all areas. And I was just getting built up. Like, my dad's not got a social media platform, and he's silent about things because he's a very calm man. But then it got me a little bit when it silences violence, because I'm like, he's bloody lovely, but he's not going out on the streets and stuff. But I don't think he's part of the problem. And I was just getting a little bit angsty about all... And then there's a much bigger problem that needs to be addressed. So I need to not get so riled up and so emotionally invested in what's going on around me, because it is a place of privilege and a platform of it. And I totally respect that and get that. But there was elements of people shouting at each other when I was like, well, what you're doing essentially is taking away from the problem. And I know then... The irony of me doing that, it was all silly. It was clumsy. It was clumsy.
But that goes back to there is no right one answer.
Yeah.
This is gonna take a long time. And by the way, it's already been taking a long time. You gotta think civil rights a long time ago. Not long enough. Not actually that long. But I'm saying it wasn't yesterday. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't when George Floyd died. Like this is something that's been happening. Do you know what I mean? We've had leaders die for this. You know, people that we look up to, like to say, right, you have like laid the foundation. So actually, we have it a lot better than, let's say, even like the 60s. Do you know what I mean? If you want to talk about that, like, you know, shout out to DJ Fever one more time, because we're actually working on a project called The Windrush, and basically that addresses, you know, the black people that came on the banana boat, as it was referred to as way back, and talking about like coming to
Wow.
England, becoming workers, and you know that's a project. Me and Nathan, we've made songs like the one we just played, where and I've not argued, but we've had like heated conversations saying, yo, we're only like scratching the surface with these songs. So while it's like, it's mad because it's like we're listening to it with you and watching you listen to it. It actually made me appreciate it like as a deeper sentiment. But to be honest, where we want to take this thing is going to be almost like jarring to do. Even like the thought of like writing it, we've had conversations like, yo, I don't know if I'm ready. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a long project to get done, you know? So.